up, guys? It's Charles here with Rocket Punch Army, suffering through another humid, hot, sweaty, disgusting feeling day. But I do it because I love you guys, and you guys still watch my videos, so I'm making more reviews, guys. Today we have Daitetsujin 17. Right now we're looking at the, what do you call it? The World Scope one, I believe it's called. Because I thought this was, you know, the last Daitetsujin 17 figure I was ever going to get. As a matter of fact, from this point on, I'm calling him 17. I'm not saying his name completely the whole rest of the video. Yeah, worker persuade, just saying his name. But anyway, this is a World Scope one, which was really awesome. I was really looking forward to it. It's like huge, actually. I mean, like, look at my hand. The perspective kind of kills it, because like it makes my forearm look really huge. But it is, you know what? As a matter of fact, let's do some comparing-ing. There's a GX, what is that, the GX70? No, that's not the GX70, but that is the Great Mazinger, the Dynamics Classics ones. I forgot what number that is. This is the MP10. So you see, MP10 is quite a, you know, significant figure, and it's one I like to use for comparisons because a lot of people have that one. And you can see that the world's, you know what, as a matter of fact, this is not even about this figure. Yeah, the heat's getting to me, guys. The review's not even about this figure. But anyway, what I was trying to get at is that, yeah, I was happy about that one. That one came out, blah, blah, blah. I've had it for a while, and then all of a sudden, this bad boy comes out. This is what I'm actually going to review. And the box is not bigger. It's up to the shoulder, sort of. But that's what I'm going to review on. I don't even know what I was doing. That's what happens. I don't plan my reviews, guys. And boom. This is what I'm actually reviewing, and I was waiting for this for a while. I've actually had it for about 2-3 weeks. Just haven't gotten around to reviewing it. But this is the Action Toys D17. That's what I'm going to call it, D17. But you already know what it is by reading what it says there. So let me just call it that. It's a TS-01. And right here they just, I don't know if I'm in the camera here, but you can see down here, it's got a little sticker that they put over. I wonder what it said underneath before. Maybe that's for the, I don't know what that's for actually. They just put a sticker there. Anyway, so here's the side panels. Here's the back with the photography of the figure. Guess what they did? Did they copy what I do? Look at this, guys. I know you guys are longtime fans. Did they copy not only the whole highlighting of the die cast, but they made it in the same colors? Remember that? I used to do that when I had more time and I was cooler. I would make it glow and go pshing. They copied me. It's the same colors I used too. Anyway, maybe a coincidence, maybe not. They have sent me stuff in the past, so they know who I am. But this I bought myself, guys. They didn't actually reach out to me and say, hey, can you review this? But they have in the past. But yeah, so we're going to get in here. Oh, before we do that, I do have the Chogokin version, which would transform on its own. This unfortunately does not do that. And I got to give props to Bandai for even trying to do that. And what I mean by try, it worked. It would do it. But there was always a gear that broke or something like that. And I managed to like track down the gear that I needed, and then I just got lazy to buy it and never got it. Otherwise I'd tell you guys what it is. But yeah, the gear exists out there somewhere. Not made specifically for that one, but it'll work. But anyway, getting back to this guy again, since this is the guy in the review. Yeah, this is the box he comes in. Obviously he does transform into his corny ship mode here. Where did I open this? On the top? Yeah, you can see the top there. I did get a nice box. So I didn't get the collector thing from BBTS, but it did come in a very nice box. Not that I've ever gotten stuff really crappy from them, but you know, if you don't ask for it, they usually just shove it with some bubbly bag. So depending on the person that's handling your boxes, it, you know, results may vary. But here apparently they've inserted a warning with the way the foot is moved. I guess you can't just move it by holding the foot. You got to actually hold the thumb, or hold your thumb against that part. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure I'll get to that when the time comes in this review. Woo, it is getting really hot right now, guys. Woo! If I'm acting really weird, it's hard to breathe, and the heat is getting to my brain. But here he is, Yee, look at that. Ooh, these heat lamps. Even, you just saw that? Did you see the background move? Because the tape just unglued itself from the wall. But anyway, here it is. It comes in a nice little plastic thing that you gotta remove, obviously. A little half a clamshell. And I've already handled the figure. It feels really nice and hefty. And you already saw from the little blue things that I like these little plastic things that they use like to cover the antennas. This little, I don't know if you can see that. And I got to show you something else that they did, which is really cool. Stuff that I used to do with like my vintage figures when I would put them away for a while is like put like styrofoam in between the legs. Look at that. With a little piece of paper, they did that. They also put these little pieces of cardboard. And you'll notice the paint scuffing on the cardboard because otherwise it'd be scuffing against the other die-cast pieces, which would result in scratches. So good looking out, Action Toys. But here he is. Is he even, he might even be heavier. No, I think so. I don't know if it's just because I know it's made out of metal, but I believe, wow, I feel like the smaller one might be heavier. Let's try other hands. Wow, I'd really like to know. I don't know if it's just like an illusion, or not an optical illusion, but an illusion to my senses, but it does feel like this little guy is heavier. But it might just be because the other one's much bigger. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty heavy, guys. You saw the use of die cast, all the blue parts, which is pretty much a ton of this figure. The legs, the feet, the shoulders, the chest here, the diapers. Can't tell. Yep, down here, that's metal. Wow. Are the joints metal? Please be metal. Yes. They look like powder coated metal, which is nice. And you'll notice all those little nice clicky joints here. So yeah, we'll go over the articulation. We got the head, spins back and forth. Let me get this a little higher so we can get a better angle of this guy. We get the arms that extend out this way so that they don't touch the shoulders. They do extend out a little bit. They kind of touch, but you can see they've worked something in there to get it to extend a little more. And the shoulders do have like a butterfly movement. Can you see that? Right there. And ratcheted shoulders that spin all the way around. You do have bicep swivel. You do have elbow, non-ratcheted. The hands on a ball joint. And the waist, they actually did work a waist swivel here. It seems to stop like right here, and it's probably because the wings are like hitting. Yeah, they definitely are. So maybe, look at that, I'm already scratching everything. Can it spin further? Yes, it can spin further. So please be careful, guys. I was just hitting the wing on the back trying to turn it because I'm not looking at stuff. Are the wings metal? No, they're plastic. All right, then we got the thighs. Look at those things in there. I noticed these little things push in. So we'll have to check that out. I guess the arms go in there. I don't remember the transformation on this too much, but check the instructions. So the legs come out this way. You got the little skirts here. The legs go forward. And look at that. That's probably due to the transformation, but it does help with, you know, getting the legs forward if you wanted to do a seating position. But it looks kind of dopey because it makes his legs look weird. But it's there if you need it. And of course the knees, which have a great amount of articulation. And of course they spin or they swivel here at the thighs. Move down to the feet. I know there was something about the feet we had to be careful with, but you can hear there's a couple of ratchets, and then ankle tilt, which is pretty generous for what this is. Alright, so overall not too bad. It is a very blocky figure, but I think the what do you call it? The articulation that worked into this is pretty good. So anyway, what else are we going to check out? There's other items here in the box. Items? Have I ever used that word when talking to you guys in the video? Don't believe so. I think I've said accessories. But I'm going to say items today. So we do have alternate hands. These are the booby grabbing hands, as I like to call them. Very nicely. I like these hands. They're very nice sculpts. I don't like when the hands have too much like going on. These are just simple robotic hands, like very generic. I love the look of robot hands. That's one of the things that attracted me to robots, believe it or not. I would notice like how cool looking their hands are. Is that weird? And then you got the little, I guess this is perfect transformation, fist and forearm. I believe this is for perfect transformation. It's just slightly smaller, I guess, so it can fit during the transformation. And then you got all the little ships. I don't know the names. I'll get them in a second. No biggie. All these little ships you can store in the feet down here. Let's see how this works here. Yeah, so this opens up. You can store the ships in there. I do remember that with the bigger one. And then the chest should open. So I'm going to take a moment to take a look at the instructions and see what's going on. So the instructions are pretty typical of action toys things. You know, sometimes they're not very complicated, but the design layout is pretty much the same as all of them. So it does show you the different type of movements that I showed you, the articulation. Oh look, it looks like the head can pull up just a tad. So I'm going to make sure to show you that in just a moment. And then the change of the fists and all these little things you got to do to get them into the silly mode here, which I think looks really silly. I'm sure you're going to agree with me. It does look silly. Alright, so I did tell you that I would give you the names of the little ships. Being as I'm super prepared as always, yeah, I definitely forgot my phone to do the Google translation, but we do have this little vehicle here. I'm not even going to bother opening these guys. Because I'm not going to display it with these little cars. All right, there's always like some kind of drill vehicle, isn't there? Like a tanked drill vehicle. Anyway, let's move on to the figure again. These I'm not going to use. These are things I'm going to lose, believe me, in the process of all my moving around. So I'm not going to open these. I'm going to leave them in the baggie. And because until I decide if I'm going to keep this, really. If I'm not going to keep it, I'm not going to open it, because then people are going to be like, oh, knock off $50 just because you open the baggies. Anyway, I also said I was going to show you the neck. I don't know if you saw when I did that. It was a bad angle. But you can move the head up. That way you can kind of look down. Not up really, because of the shape of his head. How about weapons? Did somebody mention weapons? I don't see any weapons around here. So the only thing he's going to be able to do is slide these things open, which doesn't have anything really to grab on. So it's just a matter of just using your dirty fingers to open it. But this slides open and you get that right there. Very nice detailing. Very nice. Now that I'm noticing that the background fell, I kind of like the way it does that little white thing back there, like they do in a lot of the robot photography. So maybe it was a happy mistake there. But anyway, we're gonna yeah, the heat is bad. Here's the forearms. I'm gonna pop these off. Pop off relatively easily. And pop these on. Yeah, pop them on. Boom. Yeah, it kind of looks doofy. I mean, I guess it's not that bad. You know, I guess they want to do the perfect transformation. Yeah, they don't look that bad. They're just slightly shorter. Yeah, I guess it does look a little weird, right? Yeah, it does look. It does look a little weird. But I don't know. You know how the Japanese are with the perfect transformation. They gotta, you know, just include it in there. And for you guys that need to have perfect transformation, I really don't care. But you know, some compromises have to be made, right? So all right, let's get started with transformation. So apparently we have to push the head down. Again, bad angle. Push this down. Oh, you notice the visor came down. That's exactly what I had to do. Which is just push that down here. And then we have to bring the forearms out straight like this. And they go right in here. I feel like it might go in better with the fist this way. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And he's just like digging into his kidneys there, guys. Look at that. It's a strange individual. And then that here, kind of have to not force it, but like, there we go. Alright, and then we have to bring these little levers down. Right, like that. And this is the part where it says like you have to keep your thumb there. I don't know what they mean by that. I guess you have to help it along. Am I doing this right? Am I breaking something? Oh, it looks like I did it. I guess they just want you to help it along because of those, yeah, I guess I just hold it. It shows the thumb back here, but I think if you just help it along like that, it's even better. And then just bring these legs back this way. I hope I'm doing this right. Looks a little off. But then this, where is it? This here, like that. And I guess this just comes down here like so. Just make sure it's like this. It should lay down straight because this little crotch thing was too far that way. You got to just kind of fold it so it does that. I don't know if I like die cast hitting the nice painted metal there. So for the sake of this, while I handle it, I'm just going to stick that in there. It looks a little off, a little apron. But I'm going to do that because I don't want anything scratched. And then this has to be pulled up here. And then basically what happens is this is like a launching pad for those ships. Right? Those little ships I showed you, they would just lay on there. Pretty much how they're shown right here. Can you see that? And it's got this other mode where you're going to flip these little wings up, bring the antenna station down, and then fold the wings out. So we'll go ahead and do that. We're going to bring this down, bring these little fins straight up, and then fold this, or not fold it, but swing it together where it meets in the center like so. Alright guys, just a word of caution. This is me from the future just interrupting here. Yeah, just right here. See that little chip? That was done me unfolding the feet from the transform mode, which you'll see later on. So just be careful before you start doing that. And also there's pegs here for you to keep the feet together. So if you notice they're separated in the final form, that's exactly why, because I forgot to do that. That's pretty much it, guys. This is his final mode, his transformed, his alternate mode. Although it's not anything super complicated. Some of you might think it's a little wonky if you're used to like more of the modern robots, but if you like colorful, like super robot type robots, you know, in other words, thick, chunky robots, think you'll love this one. It's nice and hefty. Quality's amazing. I love the paint. Action Toys really rarely, and I say that and I probably complained about them in other videos. I don't know, but this one's done well. But yeah, this one is done really well actually. I'm not gonna lie. There's nothing weird about it. Even the spots that I thought I was scratching, that they just wiped right off. So maybe it's just a little better than I thought. And I don't see anything sloppy. Everything feels good. The only thing you saw, like maybe when I was handling it, maybe the legs are folding on their own, but that's really because of the heft. It's not really having to do with lack of you know, friction, just way too much weight for those little joints. But yeah, I'm happy with it actually. I'm very happy. I don't know if it's enough for me to want to get rid of the bigger one, but I'm glad I have both. This honestly makes me forget about the Bandai one, which barely didn't even move. They had no articulation and it broke. So unless you just want some blocky robot, I don't really recommend that one, but definitely recommend this one. You can click the link in the description below, guys. I do have another review coming. I'm just really not sure if I want to do it because it's super complicated and it will take a little time, and I don't think I can handle this heat anymore, guys. But that's it. Questions and comments, leave them below. Till next time, bye bye.